Hello everyone, this is our 38th video tutorial under the GCSE topic revision guide called Tree Diagram with Algebra. So what is the main difference between the previous video session and this one is, on the previous session we just show how to do the normal tree diagram questions. The numbers comes up, you multiply the branch to branch, and the final answer is going to be a number, but the way they're giving the question is purely number system. But here we are going to be, this is a little bit advanced. What they are going to give, they are going to be introduced n and x and algebra expressions, things like that. So you need to be very familiar of expanding brackets, solving equation, quadratic factorization, solving quadratics. All this combination is going to be combined together with tree diagram questions. This is considered as the level 8 and 9 questions. So I wanted to show these tips and tricks on this topic and get familiar with the steps, so then easily you can nail this question. Let's look at some exam style questions. Hi, this is the tutorial we are going to discuss in this video session. You can get a copy of this video tutorial from our website in a PDF version for your maths revision during this Easter break. You can go to our website called www.smart-tutors.co.uk/worksheet.php. Under the E11 section, you can get the first 3 tutorials for free of charge. If you like to download everything, the cost for the membership is £24 for the yearly membership, which costs you £2 per month. That allows you to download all the tutorial in a PDF format. So further details in the description. There's a guide note, step-by-step guide for how to sign up for membership with a discount voucher. Get that guide notes from our Google Drive. The link is in the description. Let's look at some exam style question. Question number 1. Amber has an unfair coin. The probability of throwing a tail is P. Amber assumed that heads are more likely than tails. So heads is going to be happen more than tails. Explain why the probability of head equal 1 minus P. So that is the first question. What we want to do is, let's say in the event of throwing a coin, there are only 2 possible things happen, head and tails. So head and tails are the outcomes of throwing the coins. So probability of head plus probability of tail adds up to 1. So that is the rule of thumb. So probability of head, we don't know. So probability of head equal 1 minus probability of tail. And 1 minus probability of tail is P. So 1 minus P. So 1 minus P is probability of head. So that is the part A answer. Part B, Amber throws the coin twice. The probability of throwing a head and then a tail is 6 upon 25. Explain why 25p squared minus 25p plus 6 equals 0 and find the value of p. First of all, let's quickly show you the trick and quickest way to do this one. Many people struggle on this algebra, but I will explain in a way you can do this one very quickly. You don't need to fill up everything. Let's look at this one, right? So this is the first coin. This is going to be the second coin, right? From the first coin, it's going to be head and tail. And this is going to be head and tail, and this is going to be head and tail, right? So probability of head is 1 minus P. and probability of tail is P, right? So the probability is given, I already mark, and here, so the amber throws the coin twice, so here 1 minus P, and here 1 minus P and P. Actually, you don't need to fill up everything, but read the question carefully. The probability of throwing a head and then the tail, let me change the color, explain it very first. Head, throwing a head and then a tail. So the order is important. The order is important. So I put a star mark for order. So first has to be head, that means this. Then has to be the tail, that means this. So head and a tail is 1 minus P times P. So 1 minus P times P equal 6 upon 25. Right? So if you multiply these two, 6 upon 25, and that is the rule actually. So branch to branch, multiply, and you get the 6 upon 25 is given. Now the B part, let me change the color back to blue. So B part, what they are asking is explain why the 25p squared minus 25 plus 6 equals 0, right? So you need to write 1 minus P times P equals 6 upon 25. So P times 1 is P minus P squared equals 6 upon 25. Times everywhere by 25, so 25p minus 25p squared equals 6. Bring everything to one side, which will give, so minus 25p squared go other side is 25p squared, and 25p go other side is minus 25p, and plus 6 equals 0. So that is the answer, 25p squared minus 25p plus 6 equals 0. That's what they ask you to prove, but they ask you to find out the value of P. So value of P means you need to factorize or do whatever you like. If it is a calculator paper, you can use the calculator to find factorize. If not a calculator paper, you need to go for a conventional method. So what is conventional method? The front number has to be multiplied the number at the end. 25 times 6 is 150. If you have having any issues in the quadratic factorization, please refer to our tutorial, first 3 or 4, 5 tutorials. There's expanding brackets and factorization, solving quadratics and algebraic fractions. You've got to be familiar with this one, right? So what happens is, if you have weak on that, they will combine that quadratic factorization with the tree diagram. No matter you are excellent in tree diagram, because of you don't know the factorization, you will fail to answer the tree diagram question. That is the sad thing. Right, let's do this question. 150 is a factor. I need to find out two numbers which times together gives 150. Take away one from the other, give 25. So no, actually I'm wrong. Two numbers I need to find out which multiplies to give 150. Here is the plus, so add them together, give 25. So I know the answer, 10 and 15. So 10 times 15 is 150. 10 plus 15 is 25. So the two brackets are, that's the simplest way to do this question. You put two brackets and equal 0. So write the 25p, both are minus, so minus 10. 25p minus 15. So simplify this one, you can cut the both number by 5. So 5p minus 2, and the next bracket is cut this one by 5, 5p minus 3 equals 0. So the first bracket can be 0, so 5p minus 2 equals 0. You can do your maths and find out 5p equal to, and p equal 2 divided by 5, which is 0.4. Next one, 5p 5p minus 3 equals 0. So p equal 3 upon 5. 3 upon 5 means 0. P equals 0.6. Right? That is the two answers. So find the value of p. It's a singular. So you need to find one of the answer is correct and other one is wrong. Here if you read the question, Amber assumed that heads are more likely to be happen. So probability of head greater than probability of tail. So P is probability of tail. So P is probability of tail means, so what is head? So P probability of tail is 0.4 means probability of head is 0.6, right? And so this answer not correct. 0.6 is not correct because tail is 0.6 means head is 0.4, but this condition is not satisfied. So the answer is P has to be is 0.4. That is the correct answer. And they're asking explain how you use the assumption that heads are more likely than tail in your answer to part B. So the part B, you need to justify. You can say probability of head greater than probability of tail. So probability of head is going to be, so you need to write that one. Probability head 0.6 is greater than 0.4. So true. So the heads are, so if you assume C part answer continue. Assume heads are more likely to be happen. Heads are more likely than tails. So basically simply what they are saying is probability of head is greater than probability of tail. In this condition, the P answer has to be 0.4. That is our first question in the algebra, quadratic, factorization, tree diagram, expanding bracket, all sort of things. You've got to be familiar with all the algebra in order to do this question. Let's look at some question. Second question. There are 4 red counters and X blue counters in a bag. You've got to be clearly understand what is given. There are 4 red counters. I'm going to put red is 4. And blue counters are X. So blue counters is X. So if I write the total, so total is going to be X plus 4. Alright, you need to add them together. 2 counters are removed from the bag and the probability of both counters are blue is 1 upon 3. So 2 counters are removed from the bag means a conditional probability. That means what? It is not being replaced, right? They take a marble or they take a counter and they not being replaced and they continuously take the second counter. So this is the question we discussed in the topic revisions 37, but here the algebra comes and play. Right, I'm going to draw the tree diagram, but I'm not going to fill up everything. There's a trick way you need to follow here. This is red and this is blue and this is red, this is blue, this is red, this is blue. Carefully understand, the both counters are blue means I'm only worried about this section. Don't worry about these all need to be filled up. No, I don't want that. So probability of red and probability of blue. Probability of blue is X marbles, total is X plus 4. Right? This is the probability of the blue. If you are taking another blue, the top is going to be take away by 1 and the bottom also take away 1. So X plus 4 take away 1 is, this becomes X plus 3. So these two multiplied together, the probability is 1/3 is given in the question. Have a look, 1/3. So don't waste your time to fill up the other branches. We don't need it. They are asking work out the value of X. Right, let's do some maths now. So algebra, so x upon x plus 4 times by x minus 1 over x plus 3 equal 1 upon 3. Right, so these two fractions times together equal to 1 upon 3. Now the problem is actually, let me do it slowly because this is the part most of them having problem how to find out x. Right, slowly expand the bracket. So the top one, x minus 1, also I put the bracket, expand. So x is going to multiply the top, x times x is x squared minus x over x times x is x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12 equal 1 upon 3. Cross multiply, 3 is going to multiply that and x squared plus that is going to multiply that. So 3 times x squared, 3x squared minus 3x equal 1 times this one is x squared plus 7x plus 12. And x squared is going to be taken away from here, so 3x squared minus x squared is 2x squared, and minus 3x, 7x take away, so minus 3x minus 7x, 12 coming other side minus 12 equals 0. So 2x squared minus 10x minus 12 equals 0. So I'm dividing everything by 2, so which is x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So this is where you need to find the factors of 6. So what are the two numbers give 5 factors of 6? So x minus 6, x plus 1 equals 0. So x times x is x squared, x minus 6x minus 5x minus 6 times 1 is minus 6. If you have any problem how to put this in the bracket, you've got to be revised the quadratic factorization, which we have some help, like go back to the tutorial. There's a video tutorial for this one, step by step guide. Get it familiar, revise it again and again, you'll be alright. So here x minus 6 equals 0, x equals 6. X plus 1 equals 0, x equal minus 1. So by the look of it, minus 1 is not possible because x is what? Number of counters. So not possible. And the answer for the x is x equals 6. So that is the answer for the question number 2. Let's move on to the question number 3. There are 5 red counters. Let's note it down. Red counters is 5. And x blue counters, so blue counters is x. Now reason why I repeated this question is get familiar. If you are not familiar with these expressions and everything, you will get stuck. But I want you guys to please nail this question. This question is going to be carry a very big fat marks. If this is going to be coming your GCSE out of these 3 papers, this is definitely a 6 marker. More than 5 marker, I bet you 5 or 6 marker, because all the aspects of the maths combined together with the tree diagram, solving equations and everything is going to become, get to familiar with that one. They got to be give some more than 6 marks for this. Right, let's total this one. So total is x plus 5 counters are there. Now read the question carefully. It's a conditional probability. The 2 marbles or counters removed, then replaced it back. So both counters are red. So I'm going to draw the diagram. I'm not going to be fill up everything. Red and here red, here blue, here blue, here red and blue. So the 2 counters, I'm only worried about the red and red here. Red 5 upon x plus 5. I hope you understand this one. Number of red marbles is 5 and the total is down. 1 marble is going to be less because she didn't put it back to the box or bag. So 5 take away 1 is 4. X plus 5 take away 1 is x plus 4. So this times together gives 5 upon 33, right? So don't worry about filling up the other branches, that is not going to be helping you. Let's move on to the multiplication, right? So 5 over x plus 5 times 4 over x plus 4 equal 5 over 33. As I said before, this is where people got stuck and don't know how to proceed. Just times 5 times 4 is 20 over, expand the brackets, put them into bracket if you are familiar in that way. X times x is x squared, x times 4 is 4x, 5 times x is 5x, plus 5 times 4 is 20, equal 5 over 33. So 5 cuts 1 and 5 cuts 4 here, right? And now I'm going to multiply, cross multiply, we call cross multiply. So let me take a red color pen and I show you this 4 is going to multiply by 33 and this expression going to be multiplied by the 1. So it's like an x cross multiply we call. Right, let's do this one. I change back to blue color. 4 times 33, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1 is 13, 132 equal, this whole expression times 1 is x squared plus 5x plus 4x is 9x plus 20. So x squared plus 9x plus 20 minus 132 equals 0. So x squared plus 9x minus 112 equal 0. So careful with the, so 2 take away 0 is 2 and 3 take away 2 is 1 and 1. And now I need two numbers take away to give 9. So 112, what are the factors? I'm not too sure about it. So 2 and 5, 6, 256, and here 2 and 28, then this one is 4 and 7. Then how can we take two numbers? 112, I need to find out the two numbers which multiply to give 112, take away to give 9. So let's do this one. It's not going to become. So here 2 and 2, 8 and 14, no, and yeah, I got it. So 16 and 7. So the way I did is, I don't know whether you understand how I find the factors. Normally what I do is, I draw the factor trees, 2 and 56 and 2 and 28 and 4 and 7. Then this 4 can be divided into 2. So these are the, we call this in Year 7 factor tree. Sometimes in GCSE non-calculator paper they might put a question, find the prime factors. This is the way to do that. Right. Once you find out that one, you need to combine together and form a number and times by another number. That gives a, so let's say this 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16 times 7. 16 times 7 is 112, 16 take away 7 is 9, right? That's where I got the factors. So these are the two numbers. So answer is x plus 16, x minus 7. So x plus 16 equals 0, x equal minus 16. And x minus 7 equals 0, x has to be 7. So you need to write not possible. You know the number of counters, x has to be greater than 0. So this is the correct answer. So the correct answer is x equal 7. That is the question number 3, and we are moving on to the question number 4. There are n counters in a bag. So the total is n. There are n counters in the bag, so total is n. 4 of the counters are red, so red is 4, and the rest are blue, so blue is n minus 4. And Rose take a counter from the bag at random and does not replace it. He then takes another counter at random from the bag. The probability of Rose take 2 blue counters is 1 upon 3. So let's look at the tree diagram. So this is going to be a red and blue and red and blue and red and blue. So red is 4 out of n, and this one is blue is n minus 4 over n. Now don't worry about fill up everything. 2 blue counters. 2 blue counters mean this and this. N minus 4 take away 1 is n minus 5 over n minus 1, and that is equal to 1 upon 3. So this one times by this one equal to 1 upon 3. So n minus 4 over n times n minus 5 over n minus 1 equal 1 upon 3, right? So multiply the top to top. N minus 4 times n minus 5 is n square minus 5n minus 4n plus 20 over n square minus n equal 1 upon 3. Now, so what you want to do is you need to do a cross multiply, the same as I explained the last question, this and this. So let's change to blue color. 3 times n squared is 3n squared minus 5n minus 4n is minus 9n times 3 is minus 27n plus 60 equal n squared minus n. So if you take away n squared from the other side, this becomes 2n squared minus n coming this side plus n, so minus 26n plus 60. So make sure I'm bringing this one, and that becomes minus n squared, and I'm bringing this one, that becomes plus n equal 0. I can divide everything by 2, so n squared minus 13n plus 30 equal 0. Right, so now the factors we know, 3 times 10 is 30 and 3 plus 10 is 13. So 2 numbers possible, n minus 3, n minus 10 equals 0. So n minus 3 can be 0. So n equal 3, n minus 10 can be 0, n equal 10. There are 2 positive answers, but you've got to be careful. Find the value of n, singular, so only one answer possible. So here, the realistically, red is 4, right? So the total n has to be more than 4. So n has to be more than 4. So this is not possible. N equal 3 is not possible. So the answer n equal 10 is the correct answer. So that is the answer for the question number 4, and moving on to the question number 5. There are n counters in the bag, so total is n. 8 counters are red, so red is 8, and the rest is blue, so blue is going to be n minus 8. So again, this is algebra. Rose is taking a counter from the bag and randomly does not replace it, and he then takes another counter at random, and the probability of taking the 2 blues Again, this is the same as what we did before. Reason why I put this one, you've got to be familiar with this algebraic fraction and things like that. So that's nothing. If you understand the first question, I'm going to speed up this one because the length of the time of the tutorial here. Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. As I said, you don't need to fill up everything. Go for the question blue, blue. Only fill up the blue, blue branch. So blue is n minus 8 divided by total is n. Take away 1, n minus 9 divided by n minus 1. And times together gives an idea 1 upon 5. So that is the expression you've got to familiar with here. N minus 8 over n times by n minus 9 over n minus 1 equal 1 upon 5. So multiply together the top n squared minus 9n minus 8n plus 72 n squared minus n equal 1 upon 5. 5n squared minus 9 with 8 is minus 17. Minus 17 times 5 is going to be 85 if I am not mistaken. So let me do that quickly. 17 times 5 is 85. That's correct. And plus 5 times 2 is 10. 360 equal n squared minus n. So bring the n squared here, that n squared become minus n squared, and minus n here, that becomes plus n. So combine together, that becomes 4n squared and minus 84n and plus 360 equal 0. But the good thing is they have a clue show that this equation. I'm dividing everything by 4, that comes n squared minus 21n plus 90 equals 0. That is the answer for the, actually this is a printing mistake, this is the A part and this is going to be the B part. Right. So now n squared minus 21n plus 90, now find the value of n. So you've got to put them into two brackets to find out the answer. What two numbers 90, what two numbers multiply to give 90 and add them to give 21. So I roughly know the answer, 15 and 6, right? 15 times 6 is 90, 15 plus 6 is 21. So n minus 15, n minus 6. So n minus 15 equals 0 and n equal 15 and n minus 6 equals 0 and n equals 6. Now think about it, red is 8 already, so the number has to be more than 8. So this is not possible. So 6 is not possible and n equal 15 is the answer. Question number 6. A box contains some white balls and some blue balls. So white balls and some blue balls. So white, we don't know, and the numbers blue balls. There are 5 more blue balls than white. So if this is x, blue is x plus 5. Is any problem? There are 5 more blue balls than white. So spelling mistake again. This is not that white, than white. One ball is removed at random and not replaced. Again, this is a conditional probability, and a second ball is then removed at random. The probability that the balls are different color is given 52 over 105. Find the probability that the both balls are white color. So what we want to do is, white is x, blue is x plus 5. You need to find out total is 2x plus 5. Right? Find the probability that the both poles are white. Right. Now the information given is for the probability that the balls are different color is 52 over 105. That means probability of white comma blue plus probability of blue comma white added together gives 52 upon 105. Right, now what we want to do is, so this one can be white, can be blue, right? And the white has to be x over 2x plus 5. And now this one is going to be x plus 5 over 2x plus 5. And that is the first branch for the first section. And the second one can be white, can be blue, can be white, can be blue. Right? Now you need to be very careful. You only need the white and blue. So white, so don't worry about filling this one. White and blue means you are taking a blue ball, but before white ball is taken. So when you are taking the blue ball is going to be same. So x plus 5 is going to be same over the number of marbles reduced by 1. So 2x plus 4. Because one marble is taken away. Now we don't want this one, we need this one. So white marble is going to take x over 2x plus 4. So that is the algebraic expression. Now what we want to do is times this together. So x over 2x plus 5 times by x plus 5 over 2x plus 4, which gives an expression actually. So I will come back to in a minute. The next one is x plus 5 over 2x plus 5 times x over 2x plus 4 equal x plus 5 over 2x plus 5 times 2x plus 4. x plus 5 2x plus 5 and 2x plus 4. Right? If you look at this one, they are both same, but the probability you need to add it together. So if you add this plus this, it's going to be 2. So let's say this is x, capital X plus capital X, it's going to be 2 capital X. So same as that, this plus this, twice of x plus 5 over 2x plus 5 2x plus 4 equal 52 over 105. Now this is where the confusion is. We need to multiply together. So let's do some little bit of tricks here. Here 2x plus 4 here, I'm going to factorize here. So 2x x plus 5 and here 2x plus 5 and here 2 out x plus 2 and factorize that 2 cancel with this 2. So this gives x squared plus 5x over 2x squared plus 4x and 5x plus 10 equal 52 over 105. So now this is going to be a little bit of harder explanation. So 105 times x squared, 105 x squared here, and 105 times 5 equal 525x equal 52 times 2 is 104 x squared plus 5x plus 4x is 9x. So let's quickly multiply that one. So 9 times 52 is 468x. So 468x, then plus 520. Right. It is a big number, but finally you will get a very simple quadratic equation. 105 at the other side, 104 coming to minus 104, take away from 105, which gives x squared. 525, so let me take calculator. If I'm making any mistakes, that's going to be a problem. 525, take away 468, and that is 57x. So 57x and minus 520 equal 0. Now I need two factors which multiply to give 520 and take away to give 57. So how to find out that two factors? Let's do some maths here. So 520, I'm going to do 52 times 10, right? And 52 is going to be 2 times 26. And so this is going to be take away to be 57. And this is going to be 2 times 5. What is going to happen? So 52, 10. So this one is going to be 2 and 30. So these are the factors. We found the factors now. So two factors need to be gives 57. 13 and 14. That is not going to give, so 12, 7, 20, 27, 40. That is 27, so that is not going to be working. 13 and 14 is not going to be working. So if I leave the 13, eight, 2, 4, 8, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, times 13 times 5 is 65. Oh wow, I got the factor. 8 and 65. Right, so the answer is x plus 65 and x minus 8 is the answer. So x plus 65 equals 0. X will give a negative answer. That is not possible. Not possible. And x minus 8 equals 0. So x equals 8. So that is the correct answer. So here this is a little bit of difficult because they haven't given a formula to check. So normally in the GCSE paper they will give an equation to show this equation is true. So they haven't given anything. So they said find the x equal 8, but the question is different. Find the probability that both balls are white. So both balls are white means, so now we found, let me change the color to a red color, x equal 8, now this one is 13 and this one is 21. So both balls are W means, so 8 over 21, this is going to be 7 over 20. So the answer is, can I do this one here? Probability of white equal 8 over 21 times 7 over 20. So the answer is 56 over 0 to 420. So you can simplify, but that is the answer. Let's move on to the next question. That is the last question, I believe, in this tutorial. A box contains some red balls and some blue balls. So some red balls, and so red and blue. There are 4 more blue balls than red. So red is x means blue is x plus 4. So the total, what is going to be happen total? It's going to be 2x plus 4. One ball is removed at random and replaced, and then replaced. Wow. One ball is removed at random and replaced means they put it back. And the second ball is then removed, and the probability of both balls are different color is 21 or 50. Right. So now let's start with this one. So red and blue, and red and blue, and red here, blue here. So red is x upon 2x plus 4, and x plus 4 upon 2x plus 4, right? So the probability that the balls are different color means red and blue. So this can be this, blue and red, this can be this. So here blue means is not conditional, or they taken one marble and not putting it back. So they are putting it back. So don't worry about one is reducing, so you need to write as it is. Here red means x over 2x plus 4. So you multiply now this one to this one, so x over 2x plus 4 times x plus 4 over 2x plus 4, and this will give some idea, x squared plus 4x, and now this one, this times this is, let me put this one as it is, like a 2x plus 4 and 2x plus 4, right? And the next one, x plus 4 over 2x plus 4, and times x over 2x plus 4, and that is going to be x squared plus 4x 2x plus 4 2x plus 4. If you look at the answer, both are same, so it's going to be, when you're adding the fractions, so the twice of the top number, so 2x squared plus 8x over 4x squared. I'm going to do a little bit trickier way. Right. So basically I need to add this one. So x squared plus, so it's going to be 2 times x squared plus 4x. Am I writing in the right section? So 2 times x squared plus 4x over, here I'm going to take the 2 out, x plus 2, and keep the other one 2x plus 4 as it is, because I only worry about the cutting this 2, and equal, we're given 21 upon 50. So 50 times x squared is 50x squared, 50 times 4 is 200x, and 21 times x plus 2, 2x plus 4. So 50x squared plus 200x equal 21. X times 2x is 2x squared, x times 4 is 4x, plus 4x plus 8, and now multiply 42 x squared plus 4x, 4x, 8x, 8x times 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 168x plus 21 times 8 is 868. Right, so that is the 50x squared here plus 200x. Now you need to bring everything to one side. 42x squared coming here, that's minus 50 take away 42 is 8x squared. Then 200 take away 168 is 32x minus 168 equals 0. Divide everything by 8, so which is x squared plus 4x minus 21 equal 0. And let me continue from here. X squared plus 4x minus 21 equals 0 means put them into two brackets, factorization. X plus 7, x minus 3. So x plus 7 equals 0, x equal minus 7. X minus 3 equals 0, x equal 3. So negative number not possible, and this is x equal 3 is the correct answer. Right, x equal 3 means red is 3 and blue is 7, and altogether is going to be 10 marbles. So now what they're asking, how many balls are of each colors are in the box. So you need to say red is 3 counters or balls, and the blue is 7 balls are there. Right, so these are the two answers for the question. That is the end of the tutorial. You can download this tutorial in a PDF version from our website. The description gives all the details. If you go for our website, the first 3 tutorials you can download free of charge. Get familiar with the PDF versions, and if it's benefit for you, you can pay £2 per month, which costs you nearly £24 per year to get a membership, which allows you to download all the tutorials from our website. We are going to be completing this topic revision by end of this month. Total tutorial is 80. Now we are in 38. We confirm that we will do the syllabus by then, before your exam. And I hope you do like the video, how we explain, and the quality of the questions. If you do like the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to watch all our upcoming videos. If you have any friends who need some help during this exam revision time, please send us the YouTube channel, share, and get benefit and share the benefit among your friends. Thank you so much.